I recognize I'm standing in between Jairam and Yash's presentation, so I'll promise to be quick. While a lot has been said about the evolution, I'll just spend a few minutes on the specific transformations that we've gone through. Some may be a bit of a repeat. In terms of a balance sheet, our strength, we've been never more stronger. 31,000 crores of equity, third largest private NBFC. And as we look at our next 5 years plan, which we'll discuss in the next few hours, you'll realize we don't really need any further equity for our business plan. Secondly, transformation of the business, going from purely a B2B business to largely a B2C business. And last year in March, we had outlined a vision to get to 2/3, 1/3 by FY 27-28. As Anand just mentioned, we think we'll get there pretty soon. A lot of effort in the last few quarters has gone in to strengthen our corporate governance in particular, our risk, audit, compliance. You've seen some names on the prior pages as it relates to board members. A lot of these eminent personalities are now leading some of our committees, and they're extremely active. On the business, while Jairam will come up next to talk about the specifics, when we inherited DHFL back in September 21, we had around 280 branches. Most of them were inactive. And the total disbursement done by them in the 6 months prior to acquisition was 150 crores. That was the size of both the problem as well as the opportunity that we inherited. And we'll talk in a lot more details about how that journey has progressed over the last 18 months. On wholesale, while it's been a tough few years, the team's done a good job to bring it down from 43,000 crores to 26,000. We feel quite confident that the journey you've seen in the last few quarters will continue quarter-over-quarter basis. We have adequately provided as it relates to our loans, whether it's SRs, whether it is stage 3 assets, and more importantly, our asset recognition cycle also is complete. A significant amount of time had been focused on our treasury efforts. As our chairman mentioned, 2018-19, starting with ILFS, then with DHFL, was really a watershed moment. The entire industry was struggling. We were caught with our ALM mismatch. So over the last few years, the primary focus on the treasury was to fix the ALM, which we have. We're today a positively ALM matched company. Our cost of borrowing has meaningfully reduced from close to 10% to 8.5% as we speak. And going forward, we continue to diversify our tools of treasury. Earlier, we were heavily focused on banks. Today, within the banks also, we have made inroads into some private sector banks. And as we speak, we're entering capital markets and hopefully in time to come, even foreign borrowings on a hedge basis. On the M&A front, we've been active both in terms of buying, DHFL being the 2021 acquisition, but we've also been shedding some of our non-core assets. Very recently, about 2 months ago now, we sold our residual stake in Shriram Finance Limited, 8.34% for roughly 4,800 crores. And as Anand mentioned, we're going to be actively focused on monetizing our private investments that we have in Shriram in quarters to come. We have also announced our share buyback, 1,750 crores. The offer officially opens on 31st of August and will conclude on 6th of September. Just to repeat again, the promoters are not participating in the buyback. We are also selectively investing in certain high-quality, high-growth fintech businesses. We inherited a company called Early Salary, which is now called FIBE. We own roughly 10% of this business. We actually participated in their round again last year, where we upped our stake or maintained our stake by investing a further $10 million. We think it's a very exciting company. And while we don't expect this to do a lot because these are minority investments, but for very select businesses which have linkages to our own businesses, we'll be fairly open to it. And lastly, to close, Anand mentioned this, but the DNA of this group has been one of acquisition. We have excess equity. While we don't want to do anything in a hurry, we do think, given the opportunity set, primarily in our core business, which is lending, we do expect to utilize some of it in the right segments in time to come. With that, I'll request Jairam to come and speak a little bit more about the retail business.